Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be continuing my makeup collection and declutter series, and in this video I'm going to be tackling eyeshadows, specifically my my smaller eyeshadows. So I decided I'm going to split my eyeshadows up into two videos. I'm essentially going to end up splitting my collection in half. In this video I'm going to be doing two categories, which is going to be my 3 to 6 pan palettes, and then another category after this is going to be my like 7 to 10 pan palettes, and that's half of my collection, and then the other half, my larger palettes, are going to be in another video. I'm not sure if I'm going to split those up like this video, but that's how this one's going to go. So right now I have all of my 3 to 6 pan palettes in front of me. And this category is one that I have like the least amount of. So this should be pretty easy to get through. I know I'm gonna get rid of this. This is meant to be a highlighter. It's called a Vegas Strip Light Bronzer. It's like a shimmering bronzer highlighter thing. It's called Custom Bronzer Blush Eyeshadow Palette. I don't ever use this, and it's too dark for me to use as a highlight, and it's also kind of losing some of its luster, so I'm gonna pass this along. This basket. I'm also going to pass this along. Oh, and it's broken now. This is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. I just never reach for it. This is the Triple Baked Bronzer. It's basically like a highlight bronzer situation, but like the bronzer part is too dark for me. But the lighter colors are beautiful, but I just never reach for this. And then I figured, because I never reached for it as a highlight, I never reached for it as a shimmering bronzer, so I put it with my eyeshadows. But I mean, I never ever use it, so I'm just gonna pass that along. Let's see, I am keeping my Natasha Denona 5 pan. This is in Peak. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I really haven't gotten to use this as much as I would like to. But I'm definitely keeping that one. I'm also definitely keeping my Smashbox palette. This is in Art Love Color Palettes. And I put this in the 6 pan because technically this is a blush, so it still fits. It's still 6 pans of eyeshadow. I just feel like this is a nice neutral, like travel friendly palette, so I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm gonna pass on this one, just because it's just not a very special. This blue shimmer satiny shade is kind of a dud. This nostalgia shade is really nice, but then the rest of them are just like meh, so I'm gonna pass it along. I'm going to pass this one along too. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Eyeshadow Quad in Golden Goddess. It's just, you know, they're basic neutrals. They're, you know, they're okay. They're not bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not like anything special. So, toodaloo. Let's see. I'm keeping this e.l.f. Quad. This is one of the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes in Carnival Candy, and I just think that the quality of these for $3 is crazy. These mattes are really pigmented and they blend really nicely, and this sorry, I had to pause the video, so I don't know exactly where I left off, but this dark shimmery blue is really beautiful. I'm keeping this for sure. It's gorgeous. I am keeping all three of my LA Colors trios. These are $1, you guys. These are $1. Actually, I have pan on 2 of the shades in this one, and I'm really close to pan on this 3rd shade. These are $1, and the quality is incredible. Like, it's insane. The shimmers are beautiful. They're not like the most insane shimmers ever, but in a $1 palette, literally, you can't beat it. And the mattes blend so nicely. So I'm keeping all 3 of those. See, I think I'm going to get rid of this. This is ancient, and I keep telling myself I'm, you know, eventually going to use it, but I just don't. It's just not like, I don't know, it's just not something I ever think to reach for, so I'm going to get rid of it. This is the Covergirl Eye Enhancers Quad in Tropical Fusion. So that's going to go away. This is a very old Profusion palette. I don't even know if this has a name. I don't think it does, but it's like these purpley things, purpley colors. And you know, the quality of the shadows is nice. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just, again, this isn't something that I reach for, and it's also kind of annoying how skinny the pans are. And this is an all shimmer palette, and I'm ready to let it go. See, I had these here because I was going to go over them, but I can't figure out my thoughts on those yet. Let's go over my little donuts. These are from Makeup Revolution. This one is raspberry icing, and this one is chocolate dripped. And they have like a puffy, it's like a puffy squishy donut on the top. It's cute. I don't think I've used either of these on my eyes before. But the shimmers feel like a dream. They're so soft, and I love these cute little donuts. So I'm gonna put these in my maybe pile. Let's see, I've got this Wet n Wild Fergie palette. It's called Desert Festival. And I just don't think I need to keep this. Again, just not something I ever think to reach for. Yeah, I'm gonna pass that along. These 2 Milani palettes, the quality on these is incredible. I've got a more warm toned one and a cool toned one, and they come with their own cute little mini brushes. And the quality is just so dang good. So beautiful. Yeah, I'm keeping both of these. Mostly because I feel like I'm not gonna have a lot of like larger neutral palettes that I'm keeping. I do have some larger neutral palettes, but I think most of them I'm gonna get rid of. Or quite a few of them, at least. I can think of a few right now that I'm just gonna pass along, I think. I'm definitely keeping those 2. And then these guys, I don't know what to do about these, because these are really beautiful. Like, oh, that's just so sparkly and pretty. I swear I'm not going to swatch every single shade in every single palette. Oh, it's just, I feel like I need to keep this one because it's just so stinking beautiful. I need to keep it. And I actually have quite the dip in this cream shade right here. I don't know if you can tell. Got a nice little dip going on, so I'm gonna keep that one. This one is where things are gonna get questionable, because I think this palette would be super cute for winter looks. Maybe I'll put this in my maybe pile. Try and get some winter looks out of this, because the quality in these eyeshadows is great. It's like, you know, it's great. I think I'm gonna put this in my maybe pile. We're gonna try and get some use out of that one. So I think I started with 19, I think. 3 are in my maybe. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Let's see, I've got 7 in my get rid of, and I'm keeping 9 for sure. Yeah, so I have 19. So I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to move on to my 7 to 10 pan palettes, which I have a considerable amount more than these really small ones. Okay, now on to my 7 to 10 pan palettes. There are some here that I know I can get rid of, some I know I'm keeping. Others might be a little harder to figure out. First, I know I'm keeping my Urban Decay Moondust palette. These shades are just so sparkly and so delicious. It is an all shimmer palette, but they are just so special. I'm keeping that for sure. Where am I gonna have room for my keep pile? I don't know. Let's put it over there. I'm gonna pass these 2 along. So these are the Profusion's Mixed Metals 10 color eye and face palette. I've got this one. Do they even have shades? I don't know if they have like names for the palette. Doesn't seem like it. There is this one. Sorry about the glare on the packaging. They're nothing special. So I'm gonna pass them along. They've just been sitting in my collection forever. Oh, there is me. They've been sitting in my collection forever, collecting dust and not getting used. So they're going away. This this says Strobe Cosmetics, but it's from I can't remember. I'm totally blanking on the name. Strobe Cosmetics is their old name. Why can't I not remember? I cannot remember their current name. I'm so sorry. This is the Divinity palette. This is so beautiful. This is a little bit newer to my collection. But yeah, I'm definitely not getting rid of this because I love this so much. There. I have this Comfort Zone palette by Wet n Wild. This is the original Comfort Zone palette. I believe they came out with a newly formulated version like years and years ago, but this is the original one. The quality of these shadows is still impeccable. There's something about old Wet n Wild shadows in these like rectangular pans and these like plastic, like the rectangular and square pans in these plastic palettes. I don't know what it is. Their formula has held up over many years for me. And I'm keeping this because it's just incredible. I think I'm going to get rid of this Essence All About Vintage eyeshadow palette. It's all light tones and it's all shimmers and it's just not really something I care about keeping. So I'm going to get rid of it. That's what it looks like. Nothing special. To me at least. Let's see. I got this e.l.f. palette. This is the Mad for Matte palette and it's all just matte neutrals, and I am going to keep this because I do sometimes find myself reaching for this just when I need a nice range of matte neutrals to match with shadows, so I'm going to keep that. But I have this one, which is the Wet n Wild Studio eyeshadow palette in Coming In Latte. I am going to get rid of this one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't need it. I kept other neutral palettes that I like more in the first half of this video, so that's gonna go. This Too Faced Peanut Butter palette is staying. I absolutely love this. I think it's so cute and so fun, and it still smells like peanut butter. So, okay, so I'm going to be keeping the Too Faced Peanut Butter palette. I have this Wet n Wild palette called Poster Child, and I feel comfortable getting rid of this. I never really used it that much, and it's just not a color story that I care about, so passing that along. I also think I'm going to pass along my Wet n Wild Pacman palette. It is very cute, and this little ghosty shade down here is just it's just a beautiful, like, champagne-y silvery sparkle. But honestly, if I were going to keep this palette, it would really be only for the 2 shimmer shades, and that's just not a good enough reason for me to keep it, especially when the 2 shimmer shades are something I can find in other palettes. So I'm going to pass that along. My 2 Juvia's Place palettes, I am keeping both of these. These are so beautiful. I've got the Nomad and the Tribe, and this is the Nomad. So beautiful. And the Tribe. Ugh. It's so gorgeous. Love those. Love them. This palette, this Crown Pro palette, I am going to keep this. And when I got this in BoxyCharm, I was very underwhelmed by it. Just looking at it, my just first impressions upon seeing it, I was very underwhelmed. The packaging, while it's kind of weighty, feels cheaply made. And when they tell you the, like, retail value of items, this said it was like, I don't know, like a $45 or $50 palette, and I was just like, that's some BS right there. There's no way that palette is worth $45 or $50. But then I tried them, and I touched the shimmers, and they're incredible. The shimmers are wow. The mattes are great. So I'm keeping this. I love it. Let's see, I have a whole bunch of these Profusion 10 pan palettes, like a whole bunch of them. I think I've got 6 of them. So let's see. I've got the Neon, Pastel, Fuchsia, Emeralds, Meadow, and Citrine. I could have sworn I had one more of these, but maybe not. I absolutely love all of these. I am going to put the Pastel and the Neon into my maybe pile, because I feel like I haven't used these enough to really know whether or not they're worth keeping. So I'm going to put those in my maybe pile. I'm going to put my phone. And then the rest of these I am keeping 100%. This Beauty Creations Cali Chic palette is beautiful, but I'm going to put this in my maybe pile, get some use out of it, see if it's worth keeping. This Luna Magic Cosmopolitan palette is newer to my collection, so I'm going to put this in my maybe pile, mostly because I want to get some more use out of it, not necessarily because I'm thinking it's something I would want to declutter. I just want to get some use out of it and see what I can do with that. I've got the Violet Voss Essentials 2. I'm going to put this in my maybe pile. Yeah, that's going in the maybe. My Milani, what is this even called? I think it's called the Jade palette or something. It doesn't actually say. I think it was called Jade, or the Jade palette, something like that. but it's beautiful. But I am going to put this in my maybe pile because I haven't actually gotten too much use out of it. But it does come with 2 highlights, or they could be, you know, shimmer eyeshadows, whatever, but that's going to go over there. This is the Strawberry Shake palette by Colourpop. I do really like this one, so I'm going to keep it. I don't really have any other pink palettes. I have this fuchsia one, but it's really more on the purpley side. So I'm going to keep this one. This Artist Couture Caliente palette, I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because I haven't actually used it on my eyes before. This shade right here, though. Oh, this topper shade is just beautiful. It's so sparkly. I love it. That's going to go in my maybes. Wow, I'm getting through these a lot quicker than I thought I would. This is the Go To Beauty Da Bomb palette. I kind of bought this on a whim because I was buying something else already. And I haven't used this on my eyes yet. So it's going to go in my maybe pile. My Colourpop Colourpop Land Candy Castle palette is also going to go in the maybe pile. I have used this quite a few times, and the looks that I've gotten out of it I've really liked. But I'm going to try and see how much variety I really can get out of this. I'm going to try and use these shades over here, which I haven't used yet. I don't think I've used the mint or the yellow yet either. So I've really only used like these 4 shades and these 2 mattes over here. So I want to get use out of these 4 and see if it's worth keeping. I have 2 9-pan BH Cosmetics palettes. This one is Wild and Free. These palettes are incredible. There's no mattes in here. These are all, these are baked shadow palettes with all shimmer in them. And the quality is just impeccable. These are going to go in my maybe pile. I'm really not doing a good job at decluttering eyeshadows, and I really didn't think I would do a good job. Eyeshadows are my weakness. This BH Cosmetics, A Wild and Alluring. Did I even tell you the other one? Wild Child is the other 9-pan. This one is a 10-pan. Well, really it's a 9-pan marble shadows and then 2 like cheek products. But you know what? I'm gonna swatch this for you. Like, oh my gosh. They are just so beautiful. But I need to put all these in my maybe pile because I haven't used them in a very long time, so I'm not really sure how I feel. This is the Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. I feel like these types of shades really get me. These like peaches with the like pinky peaches with the gold flip. They always get me. I think I'm going to pass this one along. Like, I really like the idea of this one. But I just know it's not something I'm going to reach for. So I'm going to pass it along. I gotta be a little stricter with myself here. This is the Profusion Eyes 9-color eyeshadow palette. Doesn't have a name. It's just this cool tone neutrals palette. Oh my god. I mean, the shadows are beautiful quality. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. I have a big maybe pile. It's big. It's very big. So, out of this half of my eyeshadow collection, I am decluttering 7. I'm decluttering 7 eyeshadow palettes out of this like mid-ranged, this mid-sized section. That's not too bad. You know, it's better than holding on to these when I'm not going to use them. So So those are gonna go bye-bye. And then I've got 4, 6, 7, 13 in my maybe pile. And then I am for sure keeping 5, 10, 13. For sure keeping 13. So, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But, yep, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there will be, wow, I got, what is this that I got on here? There will be more videos to come for this series. I'm still going to do the second half of my eyeshadow palettes, and then I'm going to be doing a like skin and body care. And depending on how many items I have in that, I might put my fragrances in with, actually, you know, I probably will put my fragrances in with that. But there's going to be at least 2 more videos, 2 to 3 more videos in this series. So if you're interested in that, oh, there's my alarm. If you're interested in that, just go ahead and subscribe, stay tuned, and I will see you next time. Bye.